Gospel icon Donnie McClurkin has found himself at the center of a shocking new lawsuit that's shaken up the gospel community. Just a few days ago, court documents surfaced showing that his former assistant, Giuseppe Corto, has accused him of serious misconduct that allegedly took place on multiple occasions. According to the filing, Giuseppe claims he first met McClurkin back in 2003 at the pastor's own church. He says he decided to attend after reading McClurkin's book, Eternal Victim, Eternal Victor. The book apparently resonated deeply with him, especially the parts where Donnie spoke about personal struggles and inner conflict tied to faith and identity. That connection reportedly led Giuseppe to reach out, and before long, the two developed what seemed like a friendly bond. Things took a turn, though, when McClurkin later hired Giuseppe as his personal assistant. That's when, according to the lawsuit, the troubling incidents allegedly began. Corto claims the first incident occurred during a private church session titled Pray the Gay Away, which McClurkin was conducting at the time. The situation has left fans and followers in total shock, with many waiting to see how these disturbing accusations unfold in court. According to the lawsuit, Giuseppe Corto claims one of the most serious incidents happened during a trip to California. He says that McClurkin even brought his girlfriend along on that trip, which made the situation even more confusing for him. Later, when Corto confronted McClurkin about what allegedly happened, Donnie reportedly told him he didn't remember any of it because he had been taking medication at the time. Each time Corto tried to bring it up again, he claims McClurkin would make him feel intense shame and guilt, shutting down the conversation completely. Corto also says there were moments when he'd break down crying right in church, overwhelmed by everything he says he was going through behind the scenes. In his account, he describes incidents that allegedly took place not just in California, but also in Florida, Boston, and Niagara Falls, New York. The repeated pattern he describes paints a picture of emotional turmoil and confusion that reportedly lasted for years. Even after quitting his role as McClurkin's assistant in 2008, Corto allegedly continued to have contact with him, a detail that's raised a lot of questions online. In response to the accusations, Donnie McClurkin and his legal team have publicly denied the claims. The gospel singer even took to Instagram to issue a statement, writing, "With all humility, faith, and deepest respect for Christ and this global gospel music and ministry community which has shaped my life, my calling, my character, I address this letter." Fans were stunned by his calm yet emotional tone as the statement spread across social media. In his Instagram statement, Donnie McClurkin directly addressed the explosive claims head-on. He began by saying, "Many of you are aware of the profane allegations of misconduct and coercion that have recently been lodged against me. I want to state clearly and unequivocally that these allegations are contrived and untrue." McClurkin made it clear that he understands how serious such accusations are, especially within a faith-based community built on trust, compassion, and spiritual leadership. He went on to say that while he recognizes that real survivors deserve to be heard, protected, and supported, he also believes truth must be respected, and in his words, the truth has not been told. He acknowledged that many people have already formed their opinions after hearing the initial reports, but urged his followers to be patient and to trust God's timing for the full truth to emerge. His tone was calm but firm, as he insisted that he would stand on his faith and integrity through it all. McClurkin emphasized that he has always tried to live with honesty, accountability, and Christian responsibility in everything he does. He strongly denied ever engaging in any salacious behavior or any act that could have harmed, exploited, or taken advantage of another person. He insisted that his position and influence were never misused and that he remained steadfast in his faith despite the heavy storm surrounding his name. In the rest of his public statement, Donnie McClurkin stood firm, doubling down on his denial of the accusations. He wrote, "These false accusations are emphatically untrue. My love for and walk with Christ means everything to me and is deeply sensitive and sacred. I live to please Him, which is why it is essential that the facts be established carefully, responsibly, and fairly." McClurkin explained that he had not yet been officially served with the legal complaint, but confirmed that he was fully cooperating with all appropriate processes. He vowed to vigorously defend himself against what he called a defamatory and baseless lawsuit. He expressed deep confidence that once everything is revealed, the truth would clear his name completely. He ended his message on a spiritual note, saying, "Please, pray for the accuser as well. Seriously and sincerely, I thank everyone for their continued prayer, support, and faith." That statement set social media on fire. Many fans praised his calm tone and faith-driven response, while others questioned whether more details might surface as the case develops.
Now, according to those close to Giuseppe Corto, he had actually spoken to several church members about what he claimed happened between him and McClurkin. Earlier reports suggested he might have stayed silent, but it's now being said he did confide in people from the congregation, and shockingly, no one took him seriously. The claim that members allegedly brushed him off has caused even more outrage and division online, adding yet another explosive twist to this already complicated situation. According to the lawsuit, the alleged incidents between Giuseppe Corto and Donnie McClurkin didn't just happen in one place. They reportedly stretched across several cities over the course of 6 years. The filing mentions locations like Atlantic City, New Jersey, Long Island, New York, McClurkin's own home in New York, a public park, and even a hotel on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. In one particularly disturbing claim, the lawsuit states that during the Manhattan incident, Corto allegedly tried to leave the hotel room, but the door was locked. That detail has sparked heated discussion online, as many wonder what exactly went on behind closed doors. The lawsuit also says that Corto tried to quit his job as McClurkin's assistant several times, but was reportedly told he couldn't leave. McClurkin allegedly told him that his deliverance and purpose were tied to him, a statement that, if true, shows just how much emotional control was allegedly in play. Even more troubling, Corto claims he tried to report McClurkin's conduct to church staff, but nobody took action. Those accusations have led to major criticism of the church community for possibly ignoring what could have been a serious situation. Regardless of whether these claims turn out to be true or not, many are saying the same thing. Any complaint this serious deserves to be investigated. No one, not even a respected pastor, should be considered above accountability. When it comes to the serious allegations brought forward by Giuseppe Corto, the conversation around accountability is louder than ever. Many are pointing out that even though Donnie McClurkin is a respected gospel figure, he's not exempt from scrutiny or investigation. People are becoming increasingly frustrated with how often serious accusations get brushed aside, especially within powerful institutions. And honestly, it's sad to see how fear can stop people from doing what's right. But shifting gears, let's talk about Diddy, because his situation has taken a wild financial turn. Since his arrest, reports say that his money has been tightly managed by a firm called TriStar Sports and Entertainment Group. Apparently, this management group now oversees nearly all of Diddy's finances, and that's been creating some serious drama behind the scenes. Insiders claim that Janice Combs, Diddy's mother, currently has limited access to certain accounts, giving her a bit more control while the legal chaos continues. Meanwhile, Diddy's kids are reportedly operating on strict budgets, and if they go over that limit, they have to request extra funds through TriStar. But here's the kicker. Those requests don't always get approved. In fact, some of them have reportedly been denied multiple times. Adding to the mess, sources say that several staff members have already quit because they haven't been paid. Between the money restrictions, family tension, and unpaid employees, this financial lockdown around Diddy is turning into a whole new storm of its own. The situation around Diddy's finances just keeps getting wilder. Now reports are surfacing that some of his own lawyers haven't received their paychecks either. It's unclear exactly which members of the legal team are affected, but the rumor has definitely stirred up questions about what's really going on behind the scenes. A spokesperson for Diddy, identified as Judah stepped in to clear the air, calling these reports conflicting and misleading. According to Judah, all personnel and attorneys are paid after routine reviews for approved work, and he insists that no one has quit. Still, the story is creating plenty of buzz, especially since unpaid legal teams are not something you hear about every day. Some believe this tension might be tied to Diddy's frustration over being locked up and still having to serve more than 40 months in prison. The speculation is that he could be holding off on paying full legal fees out of anger or control, but that part hadn't been confirmed. Adding even more intrigue, there's now another alleged twist floating around. Word on the street says that Antonia, who was reportedly Heavy D's girlfriend at the time of his passing, is considering coming forward with new information. She allegedly believes the official reports surrounding Heavy D's cause of death don't fully add up. According to whispers, she feels the claim that it was a pulmonary embolism might not tell the whole story, and that revelation alone could open up a whole new chapter of controversy. According to Antonia, who was reportedly Heavy D's girlfriend at the time of his passing, the official story surrounding his death might not be the full truth. She claims that Heavy D actually passed away from pneumonia, not a blood clot as the public was later told. Antonia admits that Heavy D did have existing heart issues, but says the initial medical ruling listed pneumonia as the cause, and only afterward did reports suddenly change to mention a blood clot in his leg. That sudden shift has raised a lot of eyebrows, especially among fans who always felt something didn't add up.
But things get even more intense. Sources close to the situation claim that just weeks before Heavy D's passing, there was major tension brewing between Andre Harrell, Heavy D, and Diddy. Apparently, the drama traced all the way back to their time at Uptown Records, where Andre was the founder and Diddy once worked as an intern, before Andre eventually fired him. Heavy D, who was a key artist on the label, reportedly stayed cool with both men, but that balance may have started to crumble near the end. While it's not clear what exactly sparked the dispute, insiders say there was some sort of heated conversation, and information from that talk allegedly leaked back to Diddy. What makes this story even more chilling is that Antonia claims Heavy D told her directly that Diddy had just threatened him. Now, this part of the story hasn't been confirmed, but if true, it adds a whole new layer to the mystery surrounding Heavy D's final days and why his death still sparks so many unanswered questions. Sources say that a few people close to the situation are now reaching out to Antonia to get more details about her claims, and if any new information comes to light, it's expected to hit the public soon. But for now, let's move on, because another major case in the entertainment world is heating up fast. Drew Dixon, the former music executive who's long spoken out about her experiences in the industry, is finally getting her day in court. She filed a lawsuit against L.A. Reid back in 2023 under New York's Adult Survivors Act, claiming that he allegedly assaulted her and engaged in other inappropriate behavior back in 2001. At that time, Drew was working directly under Reid at Arista Records, serving as vice president of A&R, and had built a strong reputation in the business. But according to her lawsuit, everything changed after she rejected his alleged advances. She says that once she turned him down, her career in music was practically finished overnight. It's even alleged that L.A. Reid was so angry about the rejection that he blocked Drew from signing John Legend to Arista, a move that could have completely shifted music history. And now, in a stunning twist, John Legend himself is reportedly set to testify in court on January 12th. Drew's legal team says his testimony is key to showing a pattern of retaliation by L.A. Reid, a pattern that, according to the lawsuit, reveals how he allegedly punished anyone who refused to play by his rules. The case is shaping up to be one of the most talked about courtroom battles in the music world this year. It's worth remembering that this isn't Drew's first legal battle connected to the music industry. She previously filed a lawsuit against Russell Simmons, accusing him of serious misconduct and financial wrongdoing as well. However, that case has been incredibly difficult to move forward, mainly because Russell Simmons is currently living in Bali, which is a non-extradition country. That means he can't easily be brought back to the U.S. to face any court proceedings. As for L.A. Reid, all eyes are now in the courtroom as he's set to face Drew Dixon when the trial kicks off on January 12th. This case is expected to expose major details about the behind-the-scenes culture of power, control, and retaliation within the music industry, and fans are already buzzing about what could come to light once testimony begins. This entire situation shows just how deep the connections and the controversies run in the world of entertainment, and you can bet this story is far from over, because once the trial starts, more shocking revelations might surface. So what do you think about all of this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay locked in for updates on these developing stories.